Attention, duelists!
His mask.
Alright, this is the losers bracket of the King of Games tournament. I am co-hosted by Cypress, the one of our two finalists who will be commentating with me on this match.
Hello, hello. Nice to be here.
Alright, we are now letting the contestants know that we are ready to play. So, as somebody who just finished a very close game with Venomking, what are your thoughts on his deck?
So I didn't notice that he was playing 60 cards until the end of game one. So I was a little bit confused with some of the cards that he was playing, but it seemed pretty fine. I remember during the weekend he was mad about losing to decking because of Cyberjar card destruction.
Magician of Faith
So he
hit
just
by
added more.
confiscation.
Yeah, an early Magician of Faith getting removed early is kind of a big deal. That definitely shores up a lot of the late games, but don't quite know how many Venomking is playing, but I'm assuming either 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm assuming with a 60-card deck, he has to be playing 3 copies of most of his cards.
Yeah.
Setting 4 and passing.
Seems fine. No.
With that confiscation play, he's gotten... all his information is very public. He's not hiding any of this info.
Yeah, there would only be one card that NotSoFast doesn't know about. I can only imagine there has to be like a magic jammer or a solemn judgment somewhere in there. Otherwise,
Tributing a Nimble Mamanga for it and being hit by a trap hole, then recovering with a Monster Reborn. I don't know. I feel like it would have been safer just to attack with the Mamanga.
Yeah, I don't know many people who would have used the trap hole in the Mamanga.
Like, these games are very grindy, and he would have gotten that 2,500 damage eventually, and yeah, now he's just giving Venomking his own summoned skull through all that card advantage. They just swapped between one another.
I can only imagine that NotSoFast knew about that dark hole. So
yeah, but in that case, I wouldn't it be safer just to trade the Nimble Mamanga? I guess, I mean, forcing that trap hole with a Summon Skull, considering Summon Skull is one of the best monsters in this game.
yeah, I don't know. Okay,
right?
Tribute to the Doom is fine.
Discarding
Getting rid of
own
an extra Summon Skull. Yeah.
Heavy Storm cleaning up that.
Sure.
Mirror Force
okay.
going away too.
Oh, maybe this game was was in the wraps in the other direction this whole time.
Yeah, Venomking is dominating this early game very quickly. NotSoFast needs that super choice top deck to win this match. Or even just survive. Just setting a monster.
Hopefully it's like a man-eater bug or something.
Man-eater bug, yeah, is definitely the best option he needs right here. It's just a zebra. Honestly, I think in that situation, I would have just run the zebra into one another.
Same. Let's show me no dark hole nor a Geki. All right. I still don't know what cards are good in side decks right now.
Yeah,
there's just
the only actual side deck card that they've really given us have been like remove trap for like ultimate
Robin
offering
Goblin.
Robin Goblin, but you could just use other back row removal instead of remove trap, and Electric
Right.
Snake, which is really only good against card destruction, which not that many people play, and Delinquent Duo, which is a really expensive card that not many people have.
Yep. Okay. Turn one pot.
Yeah, that's a
Seems.
that's a very lucky opening play.
Yeah. If that face down is a Magician of Faith, then maybe we have a game three in our hands.
Mm-hmm. Upstart Goblin starting. I was honestly taken for a surprise by just how impactful that 1,000 life actually is.
It does matter. It's
It,
not just a free 37 card deck.
mm-hmm. And yeah, it was a Magician of Faith ready to get back that pot of greed.
Yeah, that's a good read from Venomking.
Mm-hmm. All right, Fissure trading resources. Just one for one
One of the
removal
best
at the
things that
moment.
you can hit. Yeah. Yeah, either hitting a fish or like a summon skull is probably the best that you could ever hope for a fissure.
Mm-hmm. Though with the large, with most of the face-up monsters going to be just beaters and skulls, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually Fissure isn't that bad in terms of one for one. Back in Metal Raiders with all the 2,000 defenders, it was easy to use those to sort of soak up fissures. But people aren't really
Mm-hmm.
running the 2,000 defenders at the moment, so if you run into a face down, it's going to go to the graveyard.
Almost always. The only exception I've seen is some people cite in Wall of Illusion every once in a while,
That's true.
but that's about it.
Yeah. And Summon Skull with no trap hole to hit it.
I don't know how I feel about putting a Summon Skull if you can't attack with it immediately and get that value off.
Yeah, because Venom's gonna have 3 whole turns to try to find a Wrath. A Delinquent Duo.
It's a good start.
Mm-hmm. Getting rid of that dark hole, that's good too.
Oh, so no Electric Snake.
I
I'm
did see
pretty
that.
sure that there's at least one. There's
No,
at least
no,
one in Venom
there's at least 2. Venom pulled 2 electric sticks on you in your guys'
in
match.
game one.
Yeah,
And I know.
he got an electric snake off of your white magical hat, and then an electric snake off of your delinquent duo.
Okay, okay. I remember there was at least one, but I didn't remember the second one.
Yeah. Going Magician of Faith, do you think you should go the delinquent duo or the pot in this situation?
With 3 cards in hand, I think the Delinquent Duo is fine. NotSoFast already has 5 cards in their hands,
Mm.
so I don't know if.
And he can't exactly make aggressive plays, so if he draws a bunch of monsters, he can't really like apply aggressive value. Getting rid of a
Right,
monster
like,
reborn and a share the pain, so
seems fine.
not
That means that once a sword leaves play, Venom is kind of scrambling around to find something to do.
yeah.
Hopefully, a Raigeki or a Dark Hole. Nope.
And no floater. I saw in the last game against you and Venom, Venom's deck relies heavily on searchers and floaters to thin out that
Yep.
monstrous sized deck of his. He hasn't
Yeah.
gone any floaters or searchers at the moment.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah, I was expecting at least a Mystic Tomato or something.
Mm-hmm. Tomato, Sengen, and Witch is a really good deck thinning package that Venom has built this deck around, but he just hasn't drawn any of it. Oh! Spellbinding Circle to get rid of that Summon Skull.
Perfect.
Probably the best target for the circle.
Oh yeah. Still looking for some gas. Nothing.
Venom is definitely playing a sort of control pillow fort strategy. I saw with one of your games, you actually were like, you were going to die from deck out like twice.
Yes, that's how I lost game two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he showed me the Cyber Jar, and then one of the banished cards was card destruction. I'm like, okay, that's enough. What was that? It was a dark hole into Monster Reborn.
Yeah. Darkhold Monster Reborn into Nimble Summon Skull and Nimble Mamanga. Ooh,
Oh,
Ultimate Offering. Alright, that's a card I
maybe
haven't paid
maybe we
attention
have
to.
a. Yeah, I'm surprised with how little Ultimate Offerings there have been.
There's just not as much card advantage as there was with Metal Raiders, so I feel like not as many players are as interested in taking that commitment.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess without two extra copies of Pot of Greed and with the addition of all of this hand removal, maybe there's just not enough clunkers sitting in your hand to make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we do have a game three.
Yep. Going to game three now. Side decking is in process, and this time around we actually have people. Alright, NotSoFast is done siding. Venomking's not done. He was usually the first one siding out against you. He would be done beforehand. What was your
Mhm.
thought process when you were siding against Venom?
So, uh, I realized going into sighting into game three. I don't remember much about going into game two, but sighting in against games going into game three, I just took out my delinquent duo. I took out my white magical hats. I just wasn't gonna have any of that snake business, and I knew that he was playing Thunder Dragon anyway, so it just wasn't worth it.
Mm. Lodge in and pass. He must not have any terms of floater at all that he just wants to soak up damage with, because that must be his only monster, I guess.
Yeah, maybe one of two. Yeah, I could totally see that last card being a Summon Skull or
Mm-hmm.
like who knows. It could also be something like a Magician of Faith that you didn't want to set
That's true. Top
because all
deck
they'd be getting back
confiscation.
is yeah, seems fine. Let's
Considering
see
how
what
much graveyard recursion we have with Monster Reborn and Magician of Faith, do you think confiscation is better or worse than a Sentry?
so that's a great question. I think confiscation is good if they get rid of a monster because you can get it back, but I'm not willing to hedge my bets on returning a spell that gets discarded out of my hand with Magician of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, like Forceful Sentry is super clean, but it goes back into the deck, so you still have access to it later.
Mm-hmm. With how grindy these games are, you're definitely going to get that card back eventually.
Mm-hmm. So maybe confiscation is a little bit better because it's easier to play around, but that extra 1,000 life still matters.
I feel confiscation is better the more aggressive your deck is.
Hmm.
And that's an interesting play. He's okay, he's cleaning up the board. I feel like it would have been just safer to attack with the seven colored fish first and then tribute it for Thunder Dragon. Just in case he has like a mirror force or something, or just something to remove this
Mhm.
Thunder Dragon after it attacks. No mirror force.
Yeah, no mirror force, or if they do have a mirror force, it's not worth using it on just a 1600.
Mm-hmm. NotSoFast is in the card advantage side though, so
Yep.
trading one for one removal is not a bad deal at this point. And we haven't seen a heavy storm from either player yet. Attributing the Mystic Tomato. Okay,
I think that was a
yeah,
mispress.
okay, he must have. Yeah, he. That's the dueling book interface is not intuitive, but falling into the Nimble Mamanga trap.
Could be worse.
Honestly, I think Nimble Mamanga is one of the unsung better cards in this format, just because gaining 3,000 life and just soaking up so much damage with the set cards.
Mhm. Yeah, no, Nimble Manga's great. I've seen some good plays with Giant Germ, but having to come into face-up attack position is definitely a downside.
Mm-hmm. Going into attack position and just dealing 1,500 burn to the opponent as opposed to 3,000 gaining life. Nimble Mamanga, in addition to soaking up the damage, it basic and considering most aggressive attackers have at minimum 10,000 life, Nimble Mamanga really actually soaks up like 6,000 life points in terms of like
Yeah,
overall.
give or take. Yeah. Witch effect, getting Summon Skull probably means they have a change of heart or something to get rid of that tomato.
Mm-hmm. You definitely don't want to run into the tomato. A Delinquent Duo, just getting rid of both cards. Last
Okay.
Will. That was a card I saw him discard last time around too. How do you feel about Last Will? And there's the change of heart you called.
Yeah, yeah. Last will, I've been taking it out of my decks because there just hasn't been enough room. But I guess in a 60 card deck, being able to search for whatever you want is pretty convenient.
Mm-hmm. Though the only thing it can really grab is Sangan, I guess, or White Magical Hat. But I don't think he's running
Sangan,
Magical Hat.
maybe as a one of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Last will makes it pretty easy to have little search packages.
Oh no, no, wait! It's not 1,000. It grabs 1,500. So this grabs pretty much
1500 gold.
everything in the deck except for the beaters.
Yeah, I know that he has at least a one of Giant Soldier of Stone just in case he needs a butt, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Ooh,
Oh,
and nothing.
if
This
NotSoFast
might be
has
it.
any extra summon this, no extra summon. Okay, so Venom gets to survive a turn.
Okay.
Can he top deck a Wrath? Card destruction. He's digging for that Wrath.
All right, show me right here.
No, he didn't set that Mirror Force. Oh, Venom
Darn.
admitted defeat. I thought he was the better player in this situation, but NotSoFast pulled that win.
Yeah, I guess the inconsistencies of having a 60 card deck is definitely a price to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw that with this game where he just couldn't draw into any of his floaters until that single tomato.
Hmm.
But all right, that was the
Yeah.
losers bracket of the finals for the King of Games tournament. Thanks for
Mhm.
commenting, Cypress. How do you feel about
Of
your
course.
upcoming match against Moscow?
So I did some counting. Technically speaking, I am ahead of him in our historic matches off, but that doesn't mean that he can't buy something in the game shop in the last second and just surprise me with something.
You are our top recorded player right now in terms of tournament results, having just I think 1 point more than Moscow.
Mhm. Something like that. Who knows?
But do you think your deck is good enough? Do you have any secret spice ready?
No secret spice. I wish I had secret spice, but no, unfortunately not. I still think that Mechanical Chaser is going to come in clutch. I know that he's playing like four 1800 beaters, so
Mm.
we'll see how that ends up working out.
Well, that was the losers bracket, everyone. Good night, and see you in a few hours when we have the few hours my time when we have the finals bracket, and then we'll maybe have all these uploaded as one video, or maybe we'll cut these into individuals.
Who knows?
See ya.